So we've got this thing called dopamine, probably heard of it. It's the chemical that dictates the pleasure that we feel in our experiences. What I mean by that is during this Christmas time, I would love to say I ate loads of these. I stayed on track and I trained, but that'd be a lie. In fact, quite the opposite normally happens. There's a lot of this. There was 2 tubs of these, and now there's one left. And there was a bunch of other stuff that went in my system, which I weren't too proud of. There's times where we overindulge. This video is not just about what we see on the surface level of food. This video is about what can happen in this Christmas time when you're off with family is overstimulation. That could be digital overstimulation, calorie overstimulation, sugar overstimulation, other overstimulations you might be doing by yourself, to gaming, that might be. There's loads of stimulation coming in. So our dopamine has a threshold. It has like a barrier. And what happens is when we get external stimulation, such as our phones, such as this is not natural at all, this amount of sugar, the brain is like, whoa. These refined sugars, they actually trigger the same part of the brain that sex and cocaine does. Hence why sugar's actually been like compared to cocaine before, because it triggers the same part of the brain, which is mad to think of. We've got this threshold. What happens is with all this stimulation, if we go above our threshold and the stimulation is not natural stimulants, such as conversations, such as, I don't know, writing, such as reading, basic premise, if it wasn't around 100 or 200 years ago, it's probably not natural. That's a reasonable premise. You can look at things. If we're not getting our dopamine from that stuff and we're getting it from stuff like this, the phone, gaming and all this stuff, and we're going through heavy periods of that, what happens is we fry our receptors, which means that's now the threshold. Now conversations, reading, now writing, when you're in this place, are tedious. They're boring. You don't want to do it. It's not triggering. It's not releasing the same amount of dopamine as this would. So my point, all of that stuff is fine. Like, it's Christmas. Spend time with your family. We spent time with family. We've done our thing. That's cool. It's fine. But in order to get your dopamine receptors back to where they should be so that you can enjoy reading, so that you can enjoy writing, so that you can enjoy conversations, so you can enjoy just basic human connection without the need for alcohol, without the need for additional stimulants. In order to get to that point, you must reduce your threshold again. Now, the most effective way to reduce the threshold and bring it back down is a detox. So a typical detox you'd go on would be like fruits, smoothies, and clear out your body and all that stuff. That's the type of detox for the physical, which works as well for the mental. But I have a protocol for resetting my whole system quickly. I don't like waiting a week or two and getting back into the groove of things. I like doing things instant. I like doing things quicker because we can. To reset that threshold, there's a couple of things you could do today. You can go on a 24-hour fast. That will reset your whole system physically, mentally. And by fast, I mean like coffee, no sugar. You can have coffee, preferably decaf with no sugar, no stimulant, water, coconut water, but that's it for 24 hours and just reset your system mentally and physically. You can put your phone down for a couple of hours. Something I done this morning was I didn't touch my phone until, what's the time? Till about 2 p.m. I didn't touch my phone. I woke up, went on a walk, no stimulants, no music, no nothing, just went on a walk, let my thoughts do their thing. And it was fantastic. Came up with some really, really good ideas, really good ideas for some content and stuff. And done some reading. Again, still haven't touched my phone. Found it quite difficult because, as I said, my dopamine receptors are a little bit fried at the moment. Then went and done a bit of weight training because I put on a couple pounds because this Christmas period again. Natural, it happens, but it's about resetting as quick as possible and not waiting for long. January comes, everyone's going to be in the gym. You want to be a little bit ahead. You want to be ahead of the crowd by then. It's 3 p.m. now, and I'm already starting to feel a lot more naturally stimulated. Like even setting this up and being able to speak like this is stimulating me. These periods with family are beautiful. These periods with rest and recovery and just chilling for a bit, man, they're cool. They're proper cool. But it's about, you can have a bad day, don't make it 2. That's cool. You can have a bad day, don't make it 2. Because 2 becomes 4. 4 becomes 8. 8 becomes 16. And when it gets to 16, 32, and keeps going like that, now it's not a bad day. It's not a bad month. Like, that's who you are. That's who you actually are. If you're doing something for that long, that's who you become. It's not about being perfect all the time, but it's about, right, cool. Falling off a little bit, that's cool. Get on that horse before it's difficult. Because the truth is, the longer you'll stay off the horse, the harder it gets to get back on that horse. So, yeah, man. But yeah, hope everyone had a beautiful rest recovery and is back ready to go.